A couple years ago, when I was at CES, I talked to a company named Tablo. They had a device which is actually pretty cool. It's an over-the-air box that you don't need to have set up into any TV, any computer. You simply set it on the desktop, put an antenna on, and an app will deliver the content to wherever, it being a phone, a tablet, or even a Roku and Apple TV. So I got it, and there have been a couple issues since, but with the recent firmwares, I am really liking the way that Tablo is working nowadays. So I'm going to show that to you, and we're going to look at that and of course go into the OS and see what you can do, and we're going to do that next on Geekazine. What's up, my geeks? Jeffrey Powers here from Geekazine. Think Magazine, put in a geek. Full disclosure, I did buy this Tablo with my own money. Tablo is not sponsoring this video, nor do they have any say in how I make this video. All opinions are of my own, and of course you can check my review page to find out more information on that. I'd like to thank my Patreons for helping me out put this article together. If you want to be a Patreon, just go over to patreon.com/Geekazine. You can also tip me over at PayPal, paypal.me/Jeff Powers. And of course, if you got a product that you want me to take a look at, all you have to do is contact me, and we'll get that in shop to take a look at. What is Tablo? Tablo is this little device, and I'll show you the device right here. It's basically a round disc that you plug into your network. You plug your antenna into the wall, or into the wherever, and then of course put in power. It takes a standard power wart, so you'll definitely need to have a plug close by. And of course you want to mount the antenna as high as possible. This then becomes your over-the-air TV box. What does that mean? That means you can get all your local stations, your NBCs, your CBSs, your ABCs, your Foxes, all that through your TV. But the better thing is you don't have it tethered down to one device. And that's what's really cool. This right here is the 4th generation Tablo box. So basically what it means is you can actually do 2 things at once with this device. Now, that could be watching on 2 TVs. That could be watching on a TV and recording a show. And of course, that could be recording 2 shows. It'll record over-the-air content. So if your favorite episode of Law & Order is going to be coming up, hit the record button, or you can choose to hit the series, and we'll show you that in a minute here. The bottom line is that you'll be able to watch TV without having a regular cable cord. You can cut that cord. Now, it is over-the-air antenna TV, and digital TV does catch and skip every now and then. Having that antenna high and pointed towards the towers of your local TV station, it's always a plus right there. In fact, my unit is in its highest point, and the best part is I could put this disc right in the attic if I wanted to. In fact, in my last place, I lifted the ceiling tiles and I just put it right above there and then put the antenna there. You want to separate the antenna from any electronics so it doesn't have any type of interference, which is easily done. But once you have that set up and in a good spot, you'll get some good channels. Now here it is. So basically what I have here, here's my Roku TV. I will then go over and I will go to Tablo TV, and we'll press that. It'll come on, and it'll take a little bit of time depending on how hard it is to actually talk with the Tablo and get the information, the data from the TV. Once you have it set up, you'll be able to set up all your channels and scan your channels, and I highly recommend that you scan your channels every 1 to 2 times a year, because you never know when a new channel pops up. A lot of these TV providers have the ability to do 4, 5, 6, 7 channels on one frequency, one broadcast tower. So they might have new TV channels that pop up that you'll want to add to the whole thing. But anyway, we have it right here. And of course, as you can see, it's a very very straightforward interface. You can move out of the way so you can see it. We have Steve Wilkos, of course, and of course what's going to be on TV right now. If we go down from here, we can see some of the cool stuff that's happening, and it's also giving us information as to how far along in the show or movie it is, but we can make our choice from there. But of course, we have many different options on the side. The first one is to go live. We'll do that last. And we can create a library, and like I said, this is a DVR. So you'll be able to record your shows and watch them right here. I don't have any recordings right now, but if I did, I could set them up. This is great because if you're away and you can't watch the show at that time, and you have the streaming subscription to watch it like the next day, but sometimes you just want to watch something now, you can hit the record button and watch it. It comes with commercials, but we can also skip those commercials with the remote. The other cool thing is, let's say I'm coming into a show about 20 minutes late. If I have this recording already, I can start the show from the beginning and then catch up as I go along. So by the top of the hour, and I've skipped through most of the commercials, I watch the whole show and then I can move on with my life, which is really cool. Okay, so we have the recent area here. They do have a coming soon, so nothing scheduled for coming soon. And then, of course, you can go through all your TV shows, your movies. It looks like I did record a few things right there. No movies, no sports, of course. And, of course, they've got conflicts and failures. That's if there's a storm that passes by and the antenna cuts out or something like that. All right, let's move on in here. We saw the home. Of course, you can browse through the shows, so many different options to be available. And the best part about this is it's not only just local over-the-air TV, but just like many other services, they offer a host of these side channels that you can watch, like an all Walking Dead channel or an all Saturday Night Live channel or all sports all the time. It does more than that. It does work with over the air, and it works with the network, your internet connection, so it can bring in information. You will need an internet connection, by the way, to use this. That's one unfortunate downfall to this. But no matter what, if you have your internet connection, you'll be able to get your local channels. Let's continue from here. So we saw the shows. We can go into movies. We have news and we have sports. All the settings right here, including your storage overview. So it tells you if you need to clean out your Tablo or not. But if you don't want to clean out your Tablo, all you have to do is on that USB plug that you're going to see in a second here on the Tablo, you'll be able to plug in a USB drive and extend the storage amount on this device. You'll be able to have your shows recorded. You won't be able to just unplug it and plug it in anywhere and see it, but you'll be able to keep it plugged into that Tablo and watch it from there. All right, let's go back and, of course, get into the live settings here. This is the main feature. So basically what you have is a guide here. I have it set up on my favorites. So I have the CBS, the NBC, the ABC, and the Fox. I've also got MeTV, which I watch a few older shows. So right now, Heat of the Night's playing. We got Price is Right, The View, and the Steve Wilkos Show. Easily, you can either do it one of two ways. You can go right to the point and click on it. And when you do, we'll go forward to show you the forward one. Let's say I want to watch The Young and the Restless at the top of the hour. This is the interface where now I can say record this episode. You can watch it live. You can remove this from my favorites, series information, and all that other stuff. So I can record this episode. It will be in my library. But let's go to here. If we choose it right now, it's going to bring up that same interface, but now it says watch live, which is great. Because of this, sometimes it'll watch live, and then when it's at the end of the hour, it'll pop back to this display. And so what I like to do is I like to move over just one more to the actual channel. And from the channel, I'll press on this, and it'll go right into the TV channel. Just click on that, and we'll go right into the channel. It may take a second, but here we go. It's collecting data, and here we go. We're watching Jenna and Friends as we go from there. So we're watching live, and the best part about this is technically it's also recording at this point. So let's say they just said something and I missed it and I really want to hear that. So all I have to do is hit the backwards, rewind, and now I can find out what they said, which is really cool. So you have that instant replay ability through this device right here. Let's go back. We're going to go up and we're going to change it from favorites to all channels. Now from here, we're seeing a lot more channels. Like for instance, we got Ion where Blue Bloods is playing, AMC where True Crime Story is playing, The Listener on Ion, I'm not sure which Ion that is. Sweet Escapes gives me Christmas cookies, crazy. Cheddar, and then of course my local channels. And I have a lot more local channels than I had on my favorites because I don't watch QVC, I don't watch HSN, and that's all okay. Maybe you do, maybe you'll have that in your favorites. We'll keep going down. This is a brand new set of stations in our area, and this is local TV. So they got about 5-6 different channels right there. Then we got our NBC, which the NBC affiliate has 6 different channels that you can choose from. So if you want to watch Kung Fu or In the Heat of the Night or Murder, She Wrote, you've got all these options. PBS, same thing. They have 4 different PBS channels. We have 2 independent channels, and actually 4, no, there's 6 of them, 7 different channels. And then we have our ABC affiliate, and we keep going. You get the idea. So we've got a lot of different options right here. And then it will start going back into the over the internet TV channels. Like for instance, Ion Mystery, we can watch Criminal Minds, Last Man Standing on Laugh Channel. Court TV has Court TV Live. So we can watch the latest headlines on CNN, things like that. We have hundreds of channels, and Tablo actually works on getting more and more channels added to this list. So as you can see, it's very easy, and you can set it up. Once again, we set it up on the Roku, but you can also set it up on Fire TV. You can also set it up on your Apple TV, which was something that you weren't able to do at the beginning of the Tablo. And so when they added it, I think about 6 months ago, that was definitely a big game changer for that. Couple things that I highly recommend. First of all, you want to plug that Tablo into a landline connected right up to your internet. Doing anything wireless, doing anything on a mesh network can always cause issues. Second thing, it's not always going to work on the over-the-air. In fact, the CBS channel was having problems. We're getting ready for rain, so it might be a very cloudy day. We might have a little bit of precipitation. That's going to cause interruption, just like if you plug the antenna right into the TV. Sometimes it'll correct itself. Sometimes you just have to move the antenna a little bit to the left, to the right, up, down, wherever, and that'll bring the signal in a little bit better. Tablo does have an antenna attachment, but I also recommend a few different antennas. It's really going to be dependent on how far away you are from the towers. So I got a couple suggestions down in the show notes that you can take a look at. They're high powered. Some of them are switchable. So if a tower is closer and another tower is farther, that it will try to narrow down the band so you can watch both channels without a problem. One more thing, you won't be able to actually use this outside of your home network. So if you go to the library and connect up to the Wi-Fi, you won't be able to access the Tablo. Maybe if you tunnel in via VPN or something like that, but that's more of a technical thing. So if you do that, hey, that's great. But for the most part, you'll be able to watch your TV within your house, wherever. So, watch on your phone in the backyard, or watch on the main TV, watch upstairs. If you've got a family of 4, you might want to look into a couple Tablos. And this will pair with more than one Tablo. So if 2 people are using Tablo 1, you can connect up to Tablo 2. Anyway, what do you think of Tablo TV? Do you have one in your home? Let me know down in the comments below over at Geekazine.com, YouTube.com/Geekazine, where you can like, subscribe, and of course hit that bell notification so you know when the next video comes out. Until next time, you guys geek out and watch some of your favorite TV with Tablo TV system. With the Tablo TV system. With the Tablo TV system. Another great way to support the channel is, hey, my eyes are up here, but you can stay down here. because this is the Geekazine merch. I like geek butts and I cannot lie is one of the t-shirts that I have over on my Teespring account or over on amazon.com/shop/Geekazine. Just scroll down and you'll see the merch section. Several different t-shirts of design, including I like geek butts and I cannot lie, 80s Jesus saved me one floppy at a time, and many more, including the Geekazine logo t-shirt. Now, if you want to support Geekazine, that's an easy way to do that by purchasing one of the t-shirts, and I thank you very much for that. If you've got a design that you want to suggest, we can definitely put it into the Geek line. Once again, that's over at Teespring or at amazon.com/shop/Geekazine.